Greetings all and welcome back to Globbits Gaming Channel. If you're watching this video, you'll understand that I've just got back from Tankfest. Well, I got back from Tankfest yesterday. I'm recording this on the Monday. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed the whole experience of Tankfest. Basically what you're going to see now in this video is a collection of the photos that I took throughout the day. They're basically just going to click through one every 5 or 6 seconds for you to let you have a look at them while I talk about my experiences and what basically happened. Picked up the guy in the photo just here, Chef Engel. He's one of the guys from the clan. He came all the way from Germany, and we basically had an arrangement where several of the clan would actually come down and we'd just have a couple of beers in the evenings and things like that. We also went down to HMS Victory, myself, Chris and Skippy, on the Friday, and we, how can I put it, just sort of killed time, got down to the hotel on the Friday, went out to meet Diet Bong, 5'9", and the guys that the recent additions to the clan, as it were, and speak to them and go to their campsite. And then we went to the main day of Tankfest. And this is the photos from the first set here are actually from the main hall itself. This is basically a progression of the basic first tanks to progression through to the modern day. What else did I get up to? Well, we also met quite a few of the internet celebrities. Managed to get my hands on the Cirque guys. Spoke to them at length, including Pointy Hair Jedi, who I've platooned with a few times before. Thoroughly nice individuals. Also met Maxwell from Maxwell SRG, who's unfortunately having huge baby problems at the moment. He's got a newborn teething baby at home, he told me, and he's managed to get away for the weekend. Left his poor wife at home to man the baby and run the pub. But yeah, we had lots of chances to talk to those guys, and it was absolutely thoroughly enjoyable. And it really rekindled my spirit within World of Tanks, the community and what have you. Made inroads to talking to Ektar, who is like the chief harpoon bar of the community. Talked to him about how you go about getting the community contributor status. Making inroads into that. I've sent him a few messages to see, whether the channel's actually viable. He's going to review them and get back to me very, very shortly. So keep waiting on that. Basically, I'll basically get what we're going to stand from the community conference. You get early access to the new. There's me. Look, check it out. Yeah, in front of the Cromwell. You get a chance to have access to things like the Overlord map. When it came out, they gave the community contributors early access and things like that, so it's going to help the channel a little bit and get the name out there. They're also going to use social media a little bit more and try and get into Twitter and Facebook and things like that. So for those of you who haven't already done it, if you want to follow me on Twitter, I leave the details below in the video description if you want to do that. I'll update every time I release a video, general musings and things like that. We'll go from there and use that a little bit more, because the Circumflexes, for example, used it quite a lot. He spoke to me for about 10 minutes about using social media. That's how he believes he got his channel quite big, by using different forms of social media. What else to do? Didn't manage to catch Mr. Jingles. One of my aims of the day was to go and meet Mr. Jingles. Unfortunately, how can I put it? When we were there, if he was wandering around, him and Circon as well, to walk 20 metres, they had to talk to like 30 people. It was really, really amusing. And I just sort of glided through the crowd. I also met Quickie Baby as well, and they couldn't go anywhere without having people stopping them. And fair play to them, they coped with it really, really well. And basically they were interested in talking to absolutely everybody. Oh, our picture's a bit blurry there. Talking to absolutely everybody. And Circon basically, I'm trying to get a bit of information from him as to his success on Twitch and all the rest of the bits and pieces. And he was very, very open about everything. He's happy to help. So back to what I was saying about Ektar. I've sent him all the details and bits and pieces, so we will wait out for the community contributor side of things and see where we go from there. As for streaming, I've looked into streaming. I've had a bit of a try at it before. Is that something you want me to start doing again? Probably only once a week. Maybe do some team games or something along those lines. But the thing with streaming, you have to stick to it regularly. And it's not something I can commit to more than probably 1-2 nights a week. Maybe you're going to concentrate on the YouTube videos. This is a really good shot of the Panzer IV, the Panzer IV-H, which I'm going to be rebuying in World of Tanks and fitting the dirt gun to it and try and rekindle some form and glory. And I think we're moving on to like arena shots now. Yeah, this is the opening ceremony. That's Cat, Candy Pants from the clan, decided to steal my GoPro for a couple of seconds and tried to take a selfie, which didn't really work. This is myself on the side here in the black trapdoor t-shirt. That's Skippy, Dan Joy. And then there's 5'9" doing his like pointy pose, and then there's I don't know what the hell he's doing there, but in the background you've got Quickie Baby. This is the point where we met Quickie Baby and got the opportunity to get some fanboy pictures with him. Decided to fold my arms, and I decided to realise I need to go on a diet. Got Popeye thighs, big thick arms, it's all good, but we made him look quite small, even though I really didn't realise how small he actually was. He's only about 5'4", I think he's 5'5". And it's all gravy. And this is where we're actually all looking at the camera, which was better than the previous picture. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it was absolutely thoroughly enjoyable seeing everybody down at Tankfest. Definitely worth going. Big shout out. You guys made the day. It would have been boring just wandering around on my own. Even though, spotting a few of the World of Tanks here, this is the FE4202, I was interested for a while, but I don't think I would have managed the whole 2 days on my own. So it was actually worth going down and seeing all of the guys. So you guys that didn't make it, try and make it for next year. I'm also planning a clan meetup sometime later on next year, maybe early summer, where we get together at a campsite. I'm thinking going to Centre Parks. Centre Parks is more central than Tankfest. Tankfest, if you don't live down south, is a huge trek for near enough everybody. So maybe looking at a Centre Parks thing. I'm going to get up on social media and see if there's an interest in that. Drop me a message if you're interested in doing it. I know Five is and all those guys, but if you're interested in doing it as a clan, we're going to base it in Nottingham, which is kind of about as central as you can get to the country. And maybe have a bit of a ginganguli over a long weekend. Chris is interested in coming back over again. And this is a picture of Maxwell, one of the guys that I met down there. He's a YouTube personality, as it were. Very interesting guy to talk to, one of the nicest blokes that I had a chance to speak to while I was down there in front of the KV-1. And this is a dissection of, I believe, a T62 turret and how thick the turret is, these areas here. So yeah, get some sort of clan meetup going, try and be a bit more social within the clan and see how we get on from there. And that's pretty much it. Other things I wanted to talk about, my lack of content and lack of videos. I've got a little bit disillusioned with World of Tanks and the channel, but the weekend, amongst other things, really has rekindled my passion for the game. I'm going to try to stop getting distracted. Are you guys interested in seeing any other content? I know I did a Let's Play on, what the hell do you call it? Civilization Beyond Earth, and it seemed that guys it's not really been responded to that well. And looking back on some of the videos, this is me and Pointy Head Jedi, looking back on some of the videos, it didn't really seem to be that well received. I'm going to just try and stick to what I know, I think. But is there anything you want to see? I mean, I've started playing Ark, I've also started playing Armoured Warfare. Do you guys want to see any Armoured Warfare content? And if you do, just drop me a note in the video description. And this is us in the Circ clan. We've got circumflexes there, making some sort of symbol. We've got Snooze, big chap there. There's Maxwell. There's Billy Warren, Pointy Head Jedi, and I can't remember this guy's name. I told him at the thing I'd forget his name. And there's Skippy there. He's the 2IC of Circ 4. I cannot remember his gamer tag for the life of me. And a couple of the guys, the Circlings, on the edges here. All right, and some photo bomber at the back as well. It's all good. So it's really good meeting the Circ boys. This is more arena shots now. There's the Fury tank. Okay, so yeah, maybe get some sort of rekindling of the passion of World of Tanks. So I need replays, guys. Get out there, get your games up and running. I've got a few in storage. I'm going to release one today at the same time as releasing this little montage. And we'll see where we get on from there. And that is about it for the photos I took, I believe. Just a few more clicks. Oh, there's a Hetzer. Hetzer's gonna Hetz. And there's the King Tiger. That's a really good shot of the King Tiger. Unfortunately as well with Tankfest, they put these bloody stalls around all the major tanks that you wanted to see. It's like there's a lady selling cakes. By the way, her flapjack was amazing. But she's right in front of the King Tiger. Not too bad. And there's the Ram 2. The big almighty still. By the way, just down there was where the Wargaming stand was, where the TOG was. Unfortunately, we didn't get that many pictures of the TOG. There's the Valentine, Archer Valentine. There's the actual fighting compartment of the Archer Valentine. Black Prince. Bigger than I thought it was. The pattern. And here's all the different models of Centurion in the construction run. This is basically a mock-up of what a factory would look like. Big Centurion with a big searchlight. And this is radial engine. I never understood what radial engine actually meant. but these pistons go up and down and around in a circle. Never really understood how it all works, but I've actually seen the dissecting model. There's the Sherman 3 with the 3 machine guns that you don't see modelled in World of Tanks. Covenanter, I think. Is it Covenanter? I think it is. This actually was surprisingly big. It's not actually that much smaller than KV-1. Height-wise, it's shorter, but it's actually got the same track width and seems to be the same sort of length as well. Panzer II. Su-76. That's one thing I wanted to mention about the Su-76 as well. The amount of children that were at Tankfest that could go around spotting things like the Locust. I can't believe they put a clothes round in front of the Locust. I really wanted a picture of him. People going around talking to their dads and stuff. There's a Chaffee going, oh, that's an Su-76. Oh, that's a Chaffee. And the dads were stood there in amazement thinking, how the hell does my child of like 9 years old know what all these tanks are? And this sort of brought an actually interesting point for me. We've got to watch what we say in World of Tanks chat. Some of these children were like 7 or 8 years old. They should not be hearing the kind of abuse and stuff that I see in chat. Oh, I think that's the Covenanter. Or is that the Crusader? I can't remember. My tank recognition for the British ones is absolutely garbage. But yeah, there were lots of children there, and there's a big shot of the Centurion with the actually not the stock gun, with the I think that's a 17-pounder or the 20-pounder Type A. I can't remember. Yeah, that was the main hole that I took most of the starting pictures in. And there's a picture of the Challenger 2 from behind. There's a T-62 in the corner down there. And this is me and the Chieftain. I managed to meet the Chieftain. Just saw him outside the Wargaming stand. And that little goodie bag there that you can see is... I didn't go and stand in line for 4.5 hours to play a game. I actually just asked him and he gave it to me. One of the perks of being a veteran, I guess. Talked to him about his career and he said, oh, I'll get you a t-shirt, don't worry about it. Yeah, it was all good. And this is the guys that actually went, pictures pretty crap. The guy that took the pictures, bit of an unsteady hand, in front of the TOG, the mighty TOG. Bloody thing's enormous. That's Maximat, there's me, there's Q, Vipus, Dave, Nick and Chris. And that's an extra blurry version of the same picture. And there's a twisted version of the same picture, which is fantastic. And also one thing about the TOG, I mentioned this before in a video, that's my hometown, Lincoln, England. The Lincolnites actually made the TOG, which is fantastic. Alright guys, I will leave that with you. Take care of yourselves and I'll catch you next time. Before I actually go, again, massive thank you to those guys that came down and bothered themselves to come down to Tankfest. Please try and get there next year, guys, and make it an absolute stonking day. Alright, it was absolutely fantastic. We're going to camp next time, so we'll just have probably book an entire campsite in memory, in recognition of the Globs, try and book a whole pitch and try and get us all down there. And I'll catch you next time, guys. Take care. Bye now.